Oh, good. When nobody was on, I was, that's interesting.
Yeah. It's a beautiful time of the year, Thanksgiving, to give thanks to each other and everything that we have and then we achieved and so on and on and on. It's just a beautiful time. I love this time of the year.
Oh, how wonderful. Do you have a lot of family coming?
I actually have a son, and he's single, and he decided that he wants to do it. He's never done that before. And so, I cooked anyway.
Husband?
No, my son Stephen. So I am going to him. He's only like an hour and 15 minutes, and so that would be fun. We'll see how, he wanted to experiment doing a feast for us. Oh, we'll see.
Oh, how delightful!
Yeah, it's not about the feast. It's about being with them, and they're wonderful, wonderful children.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Oh,
hello.
So here you go. Hi, who's this?
This is Satjot. This is Satjot, and Hadi Munder is here too.
Okay, Hadi Munder and who, Jot?
Satjot.
Oh, Satjot.
The one you always talk to, Satjot.
Great. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, hi.
And hi. And we have Hadi Inder is here, and she's going to go to Thanksgiving at her son's house. And who else is here?
Tomas and Rahmane.
Hi, Rahmane and Tomas.
Hi, Siri Gian.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. And who else is here? Who else? I keep hearing all these little beebies. Little stars, angels of light. Who's here? Oh. Okay. Well, I hope you all are not caught in the storm. We had the storm here a few days ago, and we got 4 inches of snow. It was beautiful, and I love it when the little sparkles, we get little sparkles here and there that reflect rainbow colors. It's just like having little tiny lights on things. It's wonderful. So, who else? Who can talk to us about what's happening for their Thanksgiving? Hadi Munder, what's happening at your house?
Hadi Munder's still getting ready. She's brushing her teeth.
Okay.
That's why she asked me to announce her. But where do you live?
New Mexico.
Oh, in Mexico.
Half an hour north of Santa Fe.
Oh, New Mexico. Oh, you do live at the yoga center?
Yeah, well, we're a community here, so I live about 3 miles from the main, from the Gurdwara.
Sounds beautiful.
Center, but we're all spread out in the neighborhoods.
Well, it's so beautiful, isn't it?
It really is. Well, of course, you must have snow.
We have rain right now. It's about 39 degrees.
You have rain in Alaska?
Yes, in Juneau. But Hadi Munder says you're from Juneau, right?
No,
I guess I'm wrong.
Juneau.
Oh, I'm wrong. Okay, but she knows you for a long time.
She hosted me in Juneau. Yeah, that's true. Way back when I lived in Virginia, and I believe she lived in Rhode Island, but in in New England somewhere. Since we were 18.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, my God. Can we believe that we were 18 at one time? Amazing.
I feel 18 again. I mean, I'm not 18, but maybe, yeah. I feel like I'm younger than ever.
Oh, your innocence and freedom is returning.
Well, because my health I feel so much better. And a lot of it I attribute to you and to this, the guru and to the sessions. It's just wonderful.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, once we get our mind a little bit freed up, the whole body, everything gets freed up. Good. Well, thank you. Now,
thank you.
Can anybody else announce who they are?
Siri Gian?
Yeah. Yes, Rahmani.
I just wanted to share when you said what's happening for us. Tonight is the beginning of Hanukkah, which is very unusual.
Right.
Hanukkah coincides with Thanksgiving, and so that's very much about the reconsecration of the temple, rededication of the heart of the inner temple.
Oh, how delightful!
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be lighting the candle tonight, huh?
Yeah, you light the main candle, which represents Source, and then you light one of the other 8, and then tomorrow night, then you do the main Source candle and 2, and then the next night the main Source candle and 3, and so by the end of Hanukkah, you've got this, glorious blaze, and then the holiday ends. And the word Hanukkah actually means consecration or rededication. So it's a good dynamic. And
it's a good time to go back to your roots, so to speak. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. And also to dedicate the now in service of the all and for the future.
That's perfect. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, bless you, dear. We will be with you in that.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Now, who else is here? Oh, okay. So we are going to be speaking to all the divine angels who don't have voices. Okay.
Carol from Juneau.
Here we go. Oh, hi, Carol. How are you?
Good. I forgot star 6.
You forgot what?
Star 6.
Oh, star 6, as everybody knows, is what you press to mute yourself, and then you press it again to unmute yourself. Well, we're glad to have you. Okay, so everybody please sit straight. Long, deep breathing. That's it, long, deep breathing. And I know there are a lot of pressures at this time, lots of things to think about, lists to follow, and so on. But just for an hour, let's let them go. Let them go. Long, deep breathing. And relax in your third eye, which is your pathway to your very soul, to your own infinity, to the infinity of all. Just relax there a minute. Maybe it's your hammock by the beach. Just relax and breathe. Long, deep breath. And now we're going to tune in to that infinity, really lock vibrations. Lock sounds like an aggressive word. Let's just say combine. That's good, better word, combine. Okay, inhale. Long deep breath. That's it. Long deep breath. Oh, this beautiful crystal air. Long deep breath. From the belly, through the nose, very slow, very deep. And now, on the exhale, feel as though the breath is going out of your heart center. Feel it. This is called heart breath. And what's coming out of your heart center is actually healing energy. That's it. Keep up. If you feel anything kind of droopy or difficult in your heart center, just keep up heart breath and let it change. Or allow yourself to feel joy. These are what we mean by healing. Keep up, please. Allow gratitude to occur to you. Gratitude takes you so deeply. It changes the whole victim consciousness. Keep up with gratitude, please. Changes your life. And now please keep up heart breath and send this heart breath to each other and receive it to each other. That includes everybody on this phone call and the recording, as well as anybody who would listen to the recording in the future. We're all one, beyond time and space. Good. And now this beautiful bundle of pure healing energy. Please send it first to your own intention. Good. And now, this has become our habit. Please send your beautiful combined healing energy to this U.S. government. With every best blessing. No judgment, just every best blessing. Send it to all of those people in the Philippines what a trauma they've been through and continue to go through. That they will be restored to some kind of comfort. Some kind of support. And then also, please, let's send our heart breath to the Middle East. To the Middle East, so that with the intention that people of all persuasions will begin, they are beginning to calm down, and be with each other from the heart, which can take many practical forms, of course. We should say without aggression. Just allowing them to be who they really are. And that is the energy of the God, the creative principle, operating here on earth as pure love. That is what the actual vibration of the God feels like when we allow it. Just allow it. Good. Okay, Baba Siri Chand is here. And he says, have you given much thought to allowing? Have you given much thought to allowing? Or are you always hell-bent in making it happen, staying with your list, no matter how it kills you or other people, operating from your preconceived ideas? Or do you simply ever just allow? Just sit down, do your heart breath. You don't have to sit down. You can be in the middle of a crowded store. Oh, my God, there's so many opportunities for that these days. Just do your heart breath and allow. He says, let yourself sing. He says, let yourself sing on every level. Don't cut yourself short. He says, when you try to squish yourself into a mold of what other people have said, trying to figure out what other people have said, where you fit in, there's a question, where you fit in, trying to change yourself to fit in. He said some of that, it's all normal human behavior. He says, but where do you fit into your soul? He says that's what it's all about. He says all of you professed yogis, and that is what you are. He says a yoga means union. They'll also tell you that it means yoke. In other words, you are yoked to your acknowledgement, to your allowing of this beautiful partnership, acknowledgement, and full knowledge of yourself as your soul, as your God self, living on this earth, in this time and space. He says, when people go through the final moments of knowing, he says, you know what they do? They laugh. Because they see that this whole time and space is a big joke by the Creator. He says, and we get so heartbroken, we get so full of grief, anger, hate. On the other side, love, timeless compassion. He says, but it is all the joke of coming home. Keep breathing. He says, allow. Allow. He says, allow this beautiful creativity to come forth without being squashed, without trying to put yourself in a box, without letting yourself get caught up in other people's judgments of who you are, what you're doing. He says they'll find out someday. He says, but they will need to see people who allow the flow of their own soul to take charge. He says, and if you can't do that, who can? Who can? He says, you know the stories. For instance, there was Joan of Arc, who listened. She listened to her own soul so carefully. She won the wars for France. And then then the king was, or the prince, he and his people felt that they should destroy her because maybe other people would free themselves and listen to God themselves. Oh my God, what a threat. And yet, she has been a guiding force over centuries. Do you understand? That is the importance of her life. Even though the egomaniacs had their way in every way that they could, she still has led thousands and millions to their own heart, to their own soul, to their own presence. He says it's just a matter of letting go of the fear. I'm not going to fit in. They're going to hammer me. Blah, blah, blah. He says, but right now, go to your own soul. Go into neutrality and allow. Allow. Be there. Keep up heart breath. Keep up our breath. He says, now allow yourself. Again, we're going to call it the hammock by the sea. Just allow yourself to be held by your cozy soul. He says, that's the truth of it. He says, whether you have a human body or not, that's all there is. In perpetuity, that's all there is. He says we get in trouble when we try to believe that our own small self, our own small circle, no matter what, with all our grievances, with all our self-created jail cell, that's composed of bars, of people's judgments, of the threats, of the worries, and so on. He says that's where we get into trouble. He says, and oh my God, please add to it all those self-judgments. Those self-judgments that say, I am not, I cannot, who am I was not welcome to earth by my parents, by anybody. I am nothing. Or the judgments of, I have the answers. I have all the answers. And it is my job to go out and tell everybody what the answer is. He says, drop it all. Drop it all. That's it. Keep up your heart breath and drop it all. He says, drop the play. Just as when the Wizard of Oz was discovered to be an ordinary person. Drop it. Drop the play. and simply be. Be who you are. Understand it's all a play. So why not play your role from your source, from your soul? And that means absolute security. Security in the freedom, in the not knowing what's going to come next. The freedom to be who you are. The permission, the unbridled permission to flow as your soul. Now, that doesn't mean that you're off in La La Land. Oh, quite the contrary. He says, please just ground your feet into Mother Planet. Send your energy. Oh, yeah, you feel Mother there. And now allow soul. Allow the coziness of soul, the guidance of soul, and your guidance from soul will take you through those hardships, through those restrictions, into your own very creative presence, into your own creative flow, with truth and wisdom that you are humble to. You are humble to the truth, the wisdom, and the love that flows through you. It's just a wonderful, playful, relaxed place to be, even though people might be screaming all around you about their Christmas presents, their Jesus birthday presents, about their worries, about their depressions. To just stay relaxed and remain in soul. Stay relaxed and remain in soul. It's a dimension. It's a dimension. It's a kindness. When you are in this place, it's very subtle, but it is all powerful. When you are in this place, this dimension, this consciousness, this feeling, you find it's expansive. Just be there now. Breathe with it. Do your heart breath with it. You are in this consciousness. Coziness. You are being held. There's no question of whether you belong or not. No question of whether you are safe or not. No question of separation. You just are. You just are, but on a magnificent level, if you look at it. But it's so humble and cozy. You don't have to be anything else. You don't have to be anything else. You just are. He says we waste so much time, so much effort, so much mental figuring, mental difficulty, mental worry on keeping ourselves safe, on justifying ourselves, of worrying about ourselves and our loved ones. He says it takes an extraordinary amount away from you. He says, just relax. Oh, my God, just relax. Take time every day to relax in your soul. Certainly during your sadhana, but also during the rest of the day, especially when you get confused, upset, tired, worried. And relax in total neutrality in your soul to just allow. See what happens. He says, what a preciousness arises. Preciousness in you, of your totality. When nothing is left out, it's all just comfortable. He says, but it just is. He says, your fears don't haunt you when you are in this place of soul. Your limitations, he says, they go deaf. Your limitations go deaf. You just are. You just are. He says, do that now, please. Breathe that, be your most cozy soul, and allow yourself to feel this impeccable, without limits, love from your very own soul. Keep up the breath. He says, this is who you are, my dear ones, and this whole journey is about discovering that. Discovering that you are home. He says, discovering that you never actually left home. He says, in your mind, in your presence, he says, yes, you have been through the darkness, you have been so on. He says, but now there's going to be a time when you're going to look back and you say, oh, look at that, I never really left home. I have always been the light, even though I have hypnotized myself into believing that I was in the shadow, that I was in the dark. He says, that's all a myth, that's all a game that you have played. It is your sitcom. He says it's had a lot of drama. It has certainly kept you entertained. He says you go to horror stories, you go to movies, they may be dubbed 5 handkerchief movies. He says your lifetimes have been 5 handkerchief movies. He says, I know. He says he's not trying to assault the fact or the feeling of your own reality. No, he's not doing that. He's not saying that all of that was not important. He says it was totally, exquisitely important for you to live it entirely. He says entirely as a method actor, coming from your own experience. He says you are the aspects of the God who have come into time and space to experience it. Do you understand? Do you understand the total gratitude, the unending, unfathomable gratitude of your infinite source for your finite aspect to have lived all this? Oh my God, there is so much love, so much joy, so much respect for you for having lived this. He says, but now, certainly, all of you now are at the point that you can see the light peeking through, and that is the truth. He says you're getting to the point where you go backstage and you realize who the actors are, who the writers are, who are the producers are. He says they're all God. They are all your own infinite self who's putting on this whole projection. He says, and the fun of it, the joy of it is that every person's soul is joined in this drama. We are the company of soul. We are the company of source. Everyone is doing their job by playing their own position. Do you see? Everyone is playing their own position. So if you have people who are really mean and crappy, they're playing their position. Do you see? It doesn't mean that you allow them to harm other people. No, we're evolving out of that. He says, but on the other hand, you see that they are playing their own position. After all, would you seek refuge? Would you seek healing? Would you be seeking a new way if you didn't have people pushing back on you? If you didn't have difficulties, worries, traumas? Do you see? They're doing you, at some point, they are doing you a favor. He says that is how the wheel of karma works. He says, I'm not saying to go seek out these people in order to get more. He says, but the law of karma will send them to you. You don't have to worry. He says, then your response is to allow soul. Go into your own neutrality, allow soul. Soul will let you know how to dance with it, how to come into the ease. You know, even if you have to do a fisticuffs, there is still a true martial artist comes from the place of pure neutrality and allows the art to flow from them. The same is true in how to work with others, maybe on a verbal level. You just relax in soul and let soul do the talking. You will be mightily amazed at what happens. You do your heart breath, you relax in soul, and you stay there. You let go of the fear. You open the light that flows from within you with your heart breath. Oh, my dears, talk about angels. That's who you are. You allow yourself to be soul. You allow yourself to be your angelic presence. And what else is there? What else is there? Now, Baba Siri Chand is asking me to read this quote from Yogi Bhajan. He says, awareness takes these 9 things away from you. Now, awareness, from what I can tell, it has to do with seeing through the eyes of your soul. That is awareness. Intuition is being totally in the guidance of your own soul. So, Yogi Bhajan said, awareness takes these 9 things away from you. Thinking, reason, logic, argument, fantasies, planning, scheming, knowing, and worrying. These 9 things must go before you can say that you are on the path of awareness. Do you know why? Because the one who rotates the earth can take care of your routine. It's true. These 9 things you do are unwanted. They only satisfy your ego. When there is ego, there is no amigo. Okay? And when he's talking about ego, he's talking about the short-sighted ego. Because you need your ego, you know, your ability to be grounded, to be able to project here on earth. Yogi Bhajan himself says, nobody has a bigger ego than me. But the question is the ego, the self-identity, is it open enough to allow? Is it clear? Is it relaxed to allow your soul, your consciousness, the one who rotates the earth, to move through you? That's it. That's it. So please allow soul, allow the preciousness of the feeling of the cozy love of soul, and trust the guidance, no matter how crazy it may seem. And please don't demand that your soul do things to keep you secure. Like, I need more love. I need this. I need that. Do it. You can discuss it with soul. Soul, I would like to have more money. I would like to whatever. And then you let soul take care of it. Whatever happens. Soul sends you more challenges in that direction. You just say, soul, I'm trusting you. You rotate the earth. I allow it. I allow it. I observe. I am the actor, and I am the audience. That's you. Breathe, please. Heart breath. Know who you are. You are the infinity acting here in the finite time and space. Breathe and know yourself. And inhale and exhale and breathe. Okay, good. Baba Siri Chand says, thanks and gratitude to all of you for participating in the holy journey. He says, okay, now, please, I am tickling someone to come forward and speak their experience, because that's how we learn from one another. That's how we join hearts in this union, in this journey home. Okay, so who can share?
Siri Gian?
Sure. Yes.
Tomas was nudging me to read the poem that he wrote yesterday, which is very much
wonderful,
on track for us. The title is Bright. It starts with the word brighteners. It's not usually as a noun, but brighteners often named but seldom claimed. Great disperser of all mercy and waking breath of life beyond all books, I call upon your endless chain of inner brighteners, often named but seldom claimed, who can help us expand our in-look and outlook to inclusive neutrality and soothing balance.
How lovely. Isn't it amazing how we're all on the same track?
Yes, and that inclusive neutrality and soothing balance is so much the allowing that Baba Siri Chand was addressing today.
Yes.
And I thought it was extraordinary, the idea of God or the Godhead or the God beings that include us thanking us for this human embodiment. And I think that's a wonderful way to look at Thanksgiving in a very fresh way for me.
Thank you for pointing that out. Yep, that surprised me too. I went, what?
Yeah.
I can only say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And I also
asked
you, could you read those 9 things that we lose that are taken from us?
Yeah, I'll read the whole quote again. Okay. Awareness takes these 9 things away from you. Are you writing them down?
I am.
I'll go real slow if you are. Okay, thinking, reason, logic, argument, fantasies, planning, scheming, knowing. Now, he's not talking about the knowing from soul. He's talking about other things like authority, I know more than you, and worrying. These 9 things must go before you can say that you are on the path of awareness. Do you know why? Because the one who rotates the earth can take care of your routine. These 9 things you do are unwanted. They only satisfy your ego. Where there is ego, there is no amigo. I'll put that on the Soul Answer group on Facebook, okay? And that is facebook.com/groups, plural, /Soul Answer. And everybody can join in that conversation. Thank you, dear. Thank you, Tomas. Such beautiful, how can I say, vibration coming from your own heart and experience. Okay. Okay, who else can share? Star 6? Do you need to press star 6? Okay, Sajjot, would you like to share? Sajjot?
Hi, yeah, I love to share always, but I don't want to take too much time from people. But
we want to hear from you.
Related so much to what he said today. The part about being, you have to be grounded in the earth, because my experience, I'm so happy to tell you, was maybe about in 1980, I was just flying high. I'd become super enlightened all of a sudden, and the world changed, and everything was bright and beautiful. And I was on a manic high, and my feet were 6 inches off the ground for about 6 months. And then I totally collapsed and became very, very ill, and I'm coming out of it now, 35 years later or more. And being grounded on the earth is so extremely important. And then there are other things. I feel so light now. And yesterday, studying the Bible with somebody, and I read the most comforting words when Jesus says, "My yoke is light." It reminded me of what he was saying today, somehow. A yoke is light. Take on, because I know what it is, because I've been carrying my own baggage. That's what's been weighing me down.
Oh, my God, that stuff is heavy.
Isn't it wonderful?
It'll bury you.
I'm so happy now.
Let it go?
And it's been going on for a long, long time, this increasing happiness and freedom, and lightness and health. And I'm painting, and my paintings are coming along fantastically, because all of a sudden my painting is just coming through me. Wonderful.
That's it. That's what real creativity is all about, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm so very, very grateful to you and to Baba Siri Chand and to the universe and to Hadi Munder. That's where I am. Say it again, dear.
Is it Sajjot?
Yes, it's Sajjot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm grateful to Hadi Munder is what I said. Okay, well, God bless. I'll let somebody else share.
Okay, thank you so much, dear. We appreciate it. Keep up. We love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hadi Munder, do you want to share?
What really struck me is all the language that is really what Satnam Rasayan is about. It's the allowing and the being neutral. Sounded like Satnam Rasayan today.
Well, that's what it is. Satnam Rasayan allow yourself to be in that total presence. That's it. That's it. Good observation. So, Hadi Munder, will you call me? I got your email, but call me. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. Hadi Ender, would you like to share? Hadi Ender?
I had to do the star 6, and there were no numbers in this iPhone. There's something else you have to press before you. Technology. Sharing. If I said to myself, if Siri Gian would say one more time, relax, I will be melting on the floor. You would have to straighten me. I was so relaxed. And so...
Oh, good. Here it comes, Hadi. Hadi Ender, you ready?
Yes.
Relax. Okay, I said it one more time. Please go ahead.
And it was so... I was completely floating the whole entire time. I resonate with everything. Thank God for this path, the path of light that wakes you up and takes you back to the Creator. It's now at this point I enjoy it immensely, and I wanted to tell to this group that there is because you said grounded, and then it came into my head that I would say that at the end of this session. There's a movie out there. I don't know if anybody knows about it. The name of the movie is Grounded. It's on YouTube right now because the person that made the movie wanted to put it out on YouTube for free, but you could also buy it on a video. It was released on November 14th. So, but he wanted to put it for a while on YouTube, and it's Grounded. It's an hour and 14 minutes. An hour and 14 minutes. It is unbelievable. All the healing technique just by going outside barefoot and being grounded. And he's very much attached to nature and animals and plants, and it's a documentary, but it's really a beautiful and eye-opener. It will change your life if you watch this movie. Yes, it is unbelievable. I love animals, and so the way he adopted orphanage animals and how everybody lived in harmony, and it really is, I don't want to give it away, because it's a beautiful movie. It's a beautiful movie to watch, and it's free now. And then he's only going to put it back for a while, so it's on YouTube, Grounded. Watch it.
Okay, we will. Everybody do that. That's terrific. Thank you so much for letting us know about that, Hadiender. We appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. My brothers and my sisters. And also there's another beautiful thing that's happening in Israel. Dr. Lippman opened the Center of Kabbalah, and it's a huge, huge center. Thousands of people. It fills thousands of people. It looks like a pyramid. It's also on YouTube, and it was beautiful. Yesterday was the grand opening. It reminded me of when Yogi Bhajan used to teach on solstice, and we were like 2,000-3,000. That's what it looked yesterday on TV. They were also have it streaming on TV. So it's KabbalahTV.com, and then you could see thousands of people singing in English, beautiful heart, soul songs. It really is very, very touching to see so much light released to this sweet earth. That's another thing if you want to watch. It's just beautiful. Just another event.
How do we find it?
So it's KabbalahTV.com.
Would you spell that?
Kabbalah is, well, I spell it. It's KABBAHL, Kabbalah. And then it's TV.com.
Is there an A on the end?
It's
A
an
on the
A.
end?
Yeah, Kabbalah, L-A.
And
.com. TV.com, yeah. Dr. Lippman is L-A-I-T. Did I say that, Dr. Lippman?
TV.com?
TV.com, right. And then there's all kinds of languages, so you could choose any language you want to listen to. But this was in English, so the songs and the dancing, horror dancing, I could actually see the light immersed all over the planet, and it was beautiful. It was really beautiful to see all kinds of paths, just bringing more light on Earth, and we're working on it. We're coming together. That's what's beautiful.
Yes, and that's what we're praying for at the beginning of every one of our sessions, to bring that light to the Middle East. So this is so joyful to hear this.
It is. It's for me, to see that happening over there, and there are Muslims that are in the Kabbalah lessons. So it's really a very beautiful time to see how my father used to say, in a funny way, he used to say, your brothers and sisters are the Muslims, but don't tell anybody.
Oh my God, that is funny.
It is, but it's true. It's true,
It is true.
Yeah, it is. They are. You go to the Torah, to the Bible, and they are our brothers and sisters.
That's right. Anyway, so that's what we're looking forward to, everybody realizing that.
Yeah. Once we finish these games that we're doing, and then we'll climb back up to the Creator. That's what we're doing.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, dear. We enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Of course. Now, does anybody else
can I just say one more thing? I want to say one more thing.
Yes,
I don't know if Tomas has a book of his beautiful poems that he writes. I would like to purchase it, and I also would like to ask Rahman if she would allow us to sing those poems. We have musicians in our Kabbalah group, and I don't know, how do I go about it? I love every poem she reads.
That's absolutely fine to turn them into music, and my email is simple. I can give that to you either now or after closing.
Now, please.
Now. R-A-H, the first three letters, Rahmane, R-A-H. And then Tomas, E-O-M-A-S, at gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah. You have full permission.
And so, anyone.
Yeah.
So do you have like a book that I can buy?
Yeah, we have two, and there's a website that has some things on it, and I can email you the recent ones, like the one that just came through.
So let me give you my email, so you can tell me where to buy it and direct. So it's Irit, I-R-I-T. It's my Hebrew name. I-R-I-T Yoga.
Irit Yoga.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, please email me and we'll be in touch. It'll be our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Siri Gian Kaur.
Hadiender?
Yes.
Hadiender? That's Irit Yoga at what?
At Yahoo.
At yahoo.com. Okay.
Yahoo. Oh, thank you.
So, yeah.
I sent you for line the connection.
Oh, what do you mean? That's what this thing is about.
I know, but I just sent her email, my email.
Okay.
So I like the fact that you trust the whole thing.
Yeah. So everybody, you can contact Rahmane and get this book with Tomas's poems, his beautiful poems in consciousness. Okay. And she will tell you how to get it. It's very reasonable, but it's very wonderful.
Great.
And Rahmane, what you said you had a website?
Yeah, there's some of his poems based on the Aramaic words of Jesus, Yeshua, on a website called AramaicJesus.net. And that's AramaicJesus at .net, yeah. And the way I reframe the name Jesus is us. We're the Christ.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Actually, it was Jesus who taught me heart breath. So there you go.
Yeah.
So he's right here with us. Oh, he's smiling, a big smile. He likes this. Okay. Well, God bless you all. And thank you for your love, your kindness, your openness totally to soul. Okay, so now let's sit straight. Oh, while we are being grateful. And receiving the gratitude from our own souls for being here. Oh, my goodness. He says it takes a lot of courage to do this trip, to do this journey. Don't we know? But then we just give over to soul and it becomes much easier. Total. Okay, so sit straight, palms together, sing this beautiful song to each other and receive it from each other. So inhale. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love's surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Inhale. And bow to this coziness, this holiness, which is you, which is each other. Blessings, love you, being grateful to you, for you. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving day. Talk to you next week. Sat Nam.
Sat Nam.